Hi, I'm Goose, and welcome back to Design in Minecraft. Today, we're going to be talking about scale. This is going to be a pretty quick one because scale is pretty straightforward and easy to understand, but there are a few examples that I want you to see that might help put things into perspective. To start, we have things lined up from smallest to largest, going up to just a block, and I believe the smallest detail thing that you can do in Minecraft is to put a button on an invisible item frame. If anybody knows anything that is smaller than that, let me know, but I'm pretty sure that is as small as it gets. Outside of things and item frames, the button is going to be the smallest, and from there, we can go up to a normal block. This is pretty basic, but it's just to see out of the basic building blocks that we have a pretty good amount of variation. Now let's say you want to make an entrance to a mine. Other than a hole, this is about as general as you can get. It's just a hole with a tiny bit of decoration around it. When we increase the size a little bit, we can add more detail, we can add a little bit more variation, and it adds a little bit more interest. Now, if we really increase the size, it makes it more of a landmark. Now, this is a cave that you might want to explore and go into, and it might not just be a mine entrance. This is where you move a little bit more into terraforming and things like that. But as always, we can bump the scale up as big as we want. And right here, we have a pretty big cave. Now it's going to give a much different feel. This probably isn't going to be a mine entrance unless you have a huge mine, and it's probably not going to be something that you're going to want to just waltz into. It's a very foreboding, overshadowing, large feature. And all of that can be achieved just by changing the scale. This can be applied to elements within a build as well. For example, I have some windows here. We're starting with a small one that's just one pane of glass, going up to a very large, more ornate window. As the scale of the window increases, you can add a lot more detail, and it also creates a much different feel in a build. This can be useful with narrative as well. If you have someone who lives in a very wealthy house, they're probably not going to have small windows like this. They're going to have more windows like these. When you're working with scale, it's also important to pay attention to the empty space. The empty space can have a lot of weight in a build, and it can really change how things are viewed. If we throw this tiny window up on a big blank wall, it just doesn't feel right, but it does have its uses. On this tower over here, if we have just one small window, it looks more like a defensive tower, something where someone would shoot arrows out of that, or perhaps a prison. Maybe there's something held up in there that someone doesn't want you to get to. But if we increase the scale of the window, it takes it away from the defensive prison look and more into something that is for decoration. This is probably something you would see in a courtyard or a church or a main tower of a castle, rather than something on the outskirts that's used for defense. I know that wasn't much, but when it comes to scale, that's about it. It's about how big things are and how putting varying sizes can change the way that something looks and feels. So go ahead, play around with different sizes, play around with different shapes, and see if you can find something you like, maybe find something new that you haven't seen someone do before. And if you want, you can come and share it in my Discord. I'm going to post a link down below, and I would love to see you there. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Also, good to note, we are having a building competition in the Discord. If that's something you would be interested in, hop on over and there's a channel for it. That ends on May 21st, and the winner is going to be showcased on the Discord, and I'm going to give them a shout out in whatever video I have come out next. We're going to have 5 judges voting on one winner, and then we're also going to have a community voted winner as well. They'll both be getting the same shout out and showcase on the Discord. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, check it out, come say hi, and in the meantime, I hope you have a nice day. See ya.